Gate 14 podcast. I'm depressed. How are you guys doing, man? Avery, Jair, how are you guys doing?
Doing well. What do we the split here? Johnny, we gotta talk about this Twitter fucking beef with this random ass
I
Guardians
I,
fan.
I actually I was very minimal with what I said. It was just a shit ton of the fucking people. I know I sent a meme to a like to after the Blue Jays won. I memed the Guardians, okay, and I just got a shit ton of responses. Like what was discussed there was like politics, school shootings, like it was just like someone was flexing a Rolex that looked fake. Someone showed a lakefront property that they lived on. It was a wild place to be. It was a wild, and luckily, I stayed out of it. I think I said maybe 3 tweets in that thing. Barely talked. So credit to me for stirring the pot, but staying away. So Avery, how are you doing?
Good. Goats Classic golf champion as of Saturday, and then we got buckled last night. And then those were the tweets I was seeing come up on my phone. I was like, what in the world is going on here? So that was fun to just check in on well into the night.
I didn't initiate it. I didn't initiate it. Like it. I actually, sorry, I did initiate it,
Yeah, you did.
but I had no. I I didn't. I didn't take the fucking cheese on the mousetrap. That's what I'm trying to say. Because I could have kept going.
Yeah, we're building a
Like,
huge national brand here, right? So you gotta stay out of the mud a little bit.
well,
Sometime.
one thing I did say was some Cleveland fan said to us like, "You guys cheered on when Kevin Durant got injured." I just responded, "Your quarterback is a literal like a sexual predator, and you guys cheer for your team." Like, is that where you draw the line? Is a guy getting injured and cheering? Even though I never once said I was a Raptors fan. So yeah, it was a wild place, and it just goes to show you, man. There will always be trolls on the internet, and how you deal with them is how you deal with them at the end of the day. But it was wild.
That was probably the most exciting part of the whole weekend, if we're being honest.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't many exciting parts. I don't even want to talk about it yet. I really don't even want to talk about it. It was just the Jays suck. Like they stink, but that's fine because every team in the wild card sucks as well. Like the Mariners lost a series to the Texas Rangers, so it's just a weird place to be. But the Goats, did you guys win today, or what's the deal with that?
Oh, did we ever win today?
We clinched
7
first.
ugly game, but no, we won.
It's just wild to me, and maybe one of these days, if you guys piss me off, I'm gonna call the cops on you guys public drinking and having beers in the parking lot and just absolutely fuck you guys over. Like, hey, officer,
you would call the cops, but you would like show up and just stay in your car just so you could watch it happen.
I would watch it. I'd be like, I would point at the officer when he's in there, like a Karen. Like he's right there. They're right there. Open beverages right there in that parking lot. Walking my dog, and I had to see that.
Yeah, both
I would
teams.
definitely do it. So just never get on my bad side, because I'm assuming you guys do that for beer league hockey as well. So there will, like I said, it's just I have a never ending like loop on when I can
You're
like fuck you
blackmailing
guys
us.
over.
That is a cloud over our heads now to think about it. It really throws everything. It makes
No,
everything.
it is. And you guys always have that in the back of your mind. Like, is Johnny going to fuck me over at some point?
There was tweets saying you were a coward for not playing for the Goats last week.
Yeah. What the? Listen.
That was
one. I've never caught an invite except to Peterborough, and two, I made a promise to myself I would hang it up. I don't want to play baseball. Listen, if I come out of retirement, it would be for like a weekend, and that's it. Like, leave the shoes on home plate, leave the glove on home plate. I don't have any equipment. Like, I don't have a glove. I don't have cleats. I don't
What
have a
happened
helmet.
to your glove,
Come
man?
on. You have
all
a
gone.
glove.
You sell it?
I know the webbing of it broke, and I left it at the baseball facility I used to work at, so I don't have it.
I thought you were selling your shit. You were that far in a hole at one point.
No. It's not far of a hole. I just don't have anything.
You don't have baseball, like baseball equipment. Like
I don't have any baseball equipment. I really don't. Like, I just don't see a purpose of me having it. Like, what am I going to bring it to a Jays game and just wear a glove? Like, I'm not that guy.
You did do that.
You did do that.
You did.
Well, I didn't wear a glove at the Jays game.
Yeah,
I was
that's
just
true.
full uniform. Like, you'll never I don't know. It would have to be, there'd have to be cameras rolling. There'd have to be like, I would have to bring someone to record and maybe mic me up. But I just I don't have the I don't have the drive to like be like to just get to home plate or warm up in left field or right field.
A lot of our guys don't warm up, Johnny. I'll say it.
You don't warm up.
Well,
A lot of people show up and just
I'm
stand
actually,
at the
and
bench.
one underrated thing about me is like I am very flexible. Like it's one of like a little thing that no one really knows about me. I got it. Like I used to always do the splits at first base when I was playing college baseball.
Even when you didn't have to.
Well, yeah. Like what I used to do, and it fucked me over a couple times. So I used to always do the splits if I thought it was a close play, and then I'd look and the guy wouldn't be down like halfway down the line, and I was like the biggest hardo ever. I would just like show off and just be like, so the first base coach would be like, wow, like this guy, wow. But unnecessary. But my one bugaboo during my playing career was pop-ups behind me. Like I couldn't catch pop-ups that were like in the air for an hour behind me. I'd have no range on where it was. And that was like some may say my kryptonite when I was playing college baseball. I was pretty good defensively. It was just the pop-ups behind me were a national nightmare.
At first or third?
At first. And I just couldn't get better at. Like I could not get better at it. It was just like the second baseman's either going to cut me off and get it, or it's going to drop in foul territory when it should have been caught. Even if it's like a can of corn, I just had no understanding on where this ball would be. And that was, some may argue that was the kryptonite to me, as well as my college baseball coach getting mad at me for bad throws. Like if there was bad throw, I don't know if your college coach was like that, is Avery at Newman, but
I mean,
if there was a
college
bad
coaches get mad at you for legit anything.
Yeah, like if there was a bad throw to first, like way over my head, or like a 17 hop that's like way down the line and I didn't get it, be like, come on, Johnny, fuck. I'd be like, dude, what the fuck do you want from me? And I was like, the fall. And I just remember calling my mother on the bus after the fall when I went like 3 for 4 in the fall, and I dropped the ball at first. I didn't drop a ball at first base. Like a ball got overthrown and I didn't catch it. My coach, like post game speech, was like, if we had a fucking first baseman that could catch the ball, not the guy that threw the ball. Wouldn't get mad at the guy that threw the ball way over my head into the launching territory. It'd be, if we had a first baseman that could fucking catch, it'd be great. We'd be great. And I was just like, all right, I was like, get me the fuck out of here. Like, I'm done. I'm quitting. But like I said, I'm not like Avery. I don't quit on things. I don't quit on college baseball ricochet shot. And
I got cut, man. I didn't quit. I got
cut.
You
got cut willingly because you didn't put any effort in. That's the premise that I have of it.
Because I'll tell the story of it. I guess the story, because the baseball team sucks that we're talking about. So I got like crippling bad ADHD. I had taken like meds forever. I'm like, okay, this academic advisor I have, she was awesome. She was great. And she taught 4 classes one semester. I was taking like women's studies because she was teaching them. I was like, she'll get me through this. She dies first week of that semester. I fail every class. I fail every class after that with the new teachers. And then there's like, well, we can't bring you back. Like, we're giving you a lot of academic money for you not to go to class. So then, look at this. If I wasn't roommates with Jer at school after that, we wouldn't be here today. So blessing. Rest in peace to her too.
Yeah, rest in peace to a queen. Yeah.
But let's look at these stats here, Johnny. I don't know which year this is, but the one at 2 home runs.
I said I couldn't hit in the spring. I made that very clear. I was good in the fall. I don't know what more you want from me. So 2 home runs.
The fall, you guys play 18 innings a day for 2 straight
and
months.
I raked. And I literally, I was so good in the fall.
Who would you guys play?
Like D2s, and I would rake. And it would get to the point where, obviously, like all like the walk-on the shit were still there. I would play 4 innings, and my coach would be like, all right, Johnny's done. I go like 2 for 2. He'd be like, all right, Johnny's done. I would just sit for 14 innings and not play. He's seen enough. Like, that's how good I was in the fall. And if you look there, if you do your fucking research, Avery, I was opening day.
I'm proud of the 2 home runs.
I was opening day starter at first base.
Yeah, against Seward County, Kansas.
Against Seward County. I was opening day starter at first base. freshman and sophomore year, and then lost my job 2 or 3 weeks in. That's just what I did. I was opening day guy. I was on the line during opening day for the lineups being read, and then I just never fucking played again. Like, that's what I did. There was months at a time that I never played. That's my career. And maybe read the stats on how many punch outs. I was a young Joey Gallo.
Oh, it doesn't total them up, but there's a lot of games where it has marks in the strikeout category. Yes. Third game of the season, 3 punchies is tough.
Was it great, man? Was it great? And I want people to understand that are listening to this. When you're playing in JUCO, you're playing in February and minus 800, and you're wearing 17 layers.
You
And
played one of these games in January, Johnny.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was at Seward County. It was minus 10 out. It was minus. I was wearing 6 layers.
Kansas is not warm in January. I'll tell you.
It's not warm at all. It's a nightmare. JR could never go through what you and I went through. JR is a fucking cupcake. Just lives his life in fucking Canadian University.
No, we need to talk about what Jeremy Roach did while we were at school. Jeremy Roach,
JR.
Jeremy Roach quit the baseball team 3 separate times, by the way.
Yeah, this is very true. So I will tell this story. I will tell this story on this podcast. So Avery wasn't there when this team first started, and I'm like, hey, look, there's a ball team. I'll play. I always played like just rep. I never played elite. I was like, I'll play, and I didn't have a car. Okay, the facility is 30 minutes from the university.
That's outlandish.
So I go, okay, like I need it. The coach is like, he's a Gordy, right? He's fucking really into it. For OUA, I was kind of like, okay, this is pretty like intense. I don't hitchhike, but I get a ride with guys. I don't know these guys at all, right? I have to walk 15 minutes just to get a ride because the teachers were fucking protesting. I go to the facility. There's 7 guys on the team, and there's 5 house league kids. And I'm like, this is the team? He's like, yeah, we got a couple recruits coming, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. Like, there's a kid like that can't hit.
Oh, I have a good story about probably the same kid you're talking about.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, boys, come in. Like, let's round up the boys. I'm like, okay, like take some hack. And he's like, look, guys, we're gonna start ramping things up 5 days a week. I'm like, dude, the year starts next year. This is a practice year. 5 days a week, and we'll probably going for a visit to my US like college. Right? I'm like, okay, like I'm gonna have to think about playing. And he goes, oh, and by the way, like you have to sell like 100 pumpkins or something. I'm like, what? I go home. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna play. Right? What do you know? Coach calls me. He's like, what's the deal with the pumpkins? I go, look, man, I'm not playing on this team. I'm not fucking selling pumpkins. I'm not selling pumpkins. Who the fuck is gonna buy my pumpkins? Like, fuck. So I quit the team, and he was so mad. And I like we talked to his day coach, but he was so mad. He's like, "It's the pumpkins, wasn't it?" You're quit because of pumpkins. Like, I'm not selling pumpkins, man. I'm not fucking going door to door and selling pumpkins in Raz. So anyway, moral of the story is like I quit the team there.
First time.
And then next year, Abe was like recruited and.
I wasn't recruited. I couldn't go to school anywhere.
Yeah, so Abe needed a team pretty much. Laurentian, yeah, they were the only ones who could take him academically, probably. And Abe comes in and he's like, "Fuck," because Abe and I played on the same team. I was like, "You're going to Laurentian?" Fuck, I was gonna play on that team. And then I was like, "Yeah, coach a little hardo." And anyways, I went back on the team, and then. Yeah, OUA is a very like short, condensed season, and like coach after year 1, I had a lot of fun, but like it drains you. And coach is like, yeah, we're doing 5 days a week, 6 a.m.s, and I was kind of like, dude, like the season's over. The season's over, man. Like Anyways, I said that. I was like, dude, like I don't think because it was like you miss one and you're off the team. Like that's how like legit we took it.
Oh my
And I was like,
god.
okay, look, like I don't think I could do. And pretty much he said like, it's rather like pretty much he just said like I'm off the team like ish like pretty much said like, oh, if you're
I
not
mean,
gonna do
Jared
it, then
played
you're
center
gonna
field and played every single game, so it's not like
yeah, he's like, this is gonna be a big loss. It's gonna be a big loss. And I was like, okay. And then I guess I came back.
yeah.
Oh yeah. I was like, fuck.
Well, because we end up
Okay,
doing
get
one
this.
day a week.
I leave, right? Literally within a week, they go down to 1 day a week. Like the reason why I quit was because I was doing 1 day a week. Anyway, so we got some great stories about Laurentian ball, which we'll probably end up going into at some point.
Well, let's talk about. So the first year we played, we won 0 regular season games.
But yeah, it is absurd.
I played
Abe was like MVP, like not got to his heart, but the guy was like fucking Shohei Ohtani.
I would throw.
He's MVP of the league.
I would throw like 6 2/3. They would take me out. Some guy would come in, walk the world. We'd lose every single time, and we'd be winning when I pitched. And we had guys on our team who had legit never played baseball. One guy showed up in those beltless pants. You know, when like house league kids have them, and you pull the drawstring.
I don't know what beltless pants looks like, but
they have like a drawstring on them. It's for like when you're first year of baseball.
Oh, yeah. Oh, is this 2018, 2019?
Yeah.
Oh my god. You lost every game by like 1 or 2 at one point.
Yeah, it was fuck. We were up on Western was defending champs, and it was first weekend at home, and we had a fucking crowd. Sudbury was packed.
It was nuts how many people were watching the game.
We were up 4 in the last inning, and we blew it and lost.
I pitched the fucking complete like whole game. He doesn't know.
Them, yeah.
He's like, yeah, we'll put in this freshman closer from Sault Ste. Marie. Guy throws 12 straight balls. We lose the game.
That was our year. It was so funny.
First day in and out, we practiced on the soccer field, and there is goose covered shit everywhere.
We're doing in and outs on a soccer field.
We're doing in and outs. The one kid who's never really played tries to make a diving catch and left breaks his wrist right away. Within the first hour of the first practice, breaks his wrist.
Oh,
then we go. So we kind of do
well-timed.
like a couple practices a day. He was like a hardo. He helps coach at Laurier, good guy. But we were doing like hitting practice at the facility as well. And one of the guys he had who also had never played baseball, he made bunt off a tee instead of hitting because that's the only thing he wanted him to do was bunt.
You get mad when you try and hit. So you're bunter.
That is fucking incredible. That is fucking incredible.
Okay, baseball's okay. You can get some.
No, you know what?
No, it's not.
I said okay. It's like
I think it was like our coach being like made it seem like legit. Like we were fucking,
well, we had like Jeff Hunt was playing against us.
There's some really good players.
He was like 27. That one guy we got drafted by the Jays. And it's like you have a couple. You could take the best players from that league, and they could be like a D3 JUCO who's middle of the pack.
Yeah, no, for sure. Or maybe like a D2 JUCO, but that is wild. That is fucking hilarious. I guess we can kind of I guess we can go into the Jays talk, man. We're not a playoff. Avery, I demand an apology. This is not a playoff team.
Is anyone a playoff team though? Everyone sucks.
But this is bad. Like this is really, really bad.
I was on the broadcast, I think Friday. They had been talking about a series of games that started 3 series ago, and we were just like under 500 in the important games that they had put together. So
that's good.
Like the Yankees, like Waka. 7 innings.
No, the Yankees suck
Ks.
too. I think, in my opinion, the power rankings, and I was trolling with this tweet, but I'm kind of not.
See that.
It goes Rays, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rays are clear-cut 1. What they did to the Orioles this weekend, pure and utter domination. Drew Rasmussen fucking almost perfect gamed them going into the 9th. Drew Rasmussen. It goes Rays, Red Sox, Orioles, Blue Jays, Yankees. I think the Yankees are the worst team, bar none, in the division right now, playing the worst baseball. They fucking stink. Like Michael Walker
you can't put the Red Sox up there.
The Red Sox are beating the Yankees, and they're going to take the series.
Tommy Pham's
And,
gonna be a
and Tommy
Boston
Pham
legend.
is like G's second coming of God again. He's 3 for 3 tonight.
He's
Tommy
awesome.
Pham.
Yeah.
It's fucking bullshit. But like, okay.
Do we think the Guardians are, like, generally speaking, do we think they're a good team?
I think this weekend, and maybe JR can back up on this weekend exposed if you have good pitching, the Toronto Blue Jays aren't coming anywhere close to you. Like,
Yeah. No, I agree
this
with
offense got skull fucked. They scored 4 runs. 4 runs. 4. In fucking 27 innings. This offense.
Before
Against
the
good pitching.
before the Chapman home run, I was listening on the radio on the way back from golf. For the Chapman home run, they hadn't scored a run since the Bo Bichette homer, like, on Tuesday night. It's like, holy fuck, it's been a long time.
that. And they were missing one of their better relievers.
You love Karinchak,
fucking
even though
love
he's
that
a
energy.
psycho.
I love
No,
that
he's-
energy. Of course,
he's-
he's not
he's-
vaccinated. Fucking
he's-
should
no,
have
yeah,
guessed
He's
that.
a big Blue Lives Matter guy.
Yeah,
He
he's a
donates
big Blue Lives Matter guy.
donates all
Massive.
money for strikeouts to.
Is he big? Like saying that?
No, he's massive. He had to
Oh,
he
is
had
it?
to block his, or he had to privatize his Instagram account because he compared. I could be misspeaking here. He compared, but I think I saw this tweet. He compared getting vaccinated to like Nazi regime Germany.
Oh, and he got in shit for that.
Yeah,
right?
he got in trouble for
I
that.
remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's wild, but yeah, no, I genuinely am saying this. Like, this team isn't like right now. This offense is pathetic. Like, Vladdy's was on a sneaky 22 game hitting streak. Other than that, like, Kirk's been okay, I guess. Fucking Chapman's launching baseballs, but there's just no enjoyment in watching this team. Like, Mitch White outpitched Kevin Gossman. Mitch fucking White, a guy that wasn't even on the Dodgers 40 man, outpitched Kevin Gossman. It's a roller coaster of a season. I do understand that, but the roller coaster isn't as inconsistent or consistently inconsistent as this fucking team. Am I right? It seems like the Jays never had like a 3-week span where it's like, whoa, this team is a fucking wagon. Like, it's 1 week good, 1 week bad, 1 week good, 2 weeks bad. It's never consistently good. Like, and I know teams go through stretches. Of course they do. But the Toronto Blue Jays are the only team where they are consistently never good for a decent period of time. It's just always dog shit good, dog shit good.
Mhm.
It's wild. This has been one of the weirdest years. And they have no right to be in first place in the wild card. No right with how they've been playing.
So I did a look at that because you talk about it. Last 30 days, I was trying to find some players. I'll get to that later. But I mean, the last 30 days are the 5th best team weighted runs created plus hitting. Weighted on base average, they're 5th best. And it makes no sense how we score all the runs in bunches and then come back and then it's a dud somehow. And if I were to tell you guys at the start of the season when we did bold predictions that on August 14th, Matt Chapman was going to have more home runs than Vladimir Guerrero Jr., you guys would shot me in the fucking head.
That's a real stat?
I believe so.
That's like-
Or they might be tied now.
That is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like, look at this. So
23-23. Yeah.
wow, dude. Like, for example, I think, man, like that Twin series, after that Twin series, this team has been so bad. Like, so bad after that Twin series last week. Like, I guess you can technically just say this week, I guess, like
Yeah.
Sunday to Sunday, but it's been terrible. And you think it gets easier? The Jays play the Orioles, and then you know where they go? Fucking Yankee Stadium right after. It's not going to get easier. And if they're playing like this, holy fuck. And you know who's going to be bouncing back tomorrow? Fucking Kikuchi on the mound. That's the starter for tomorrow.
That's the guy to get it done. This is where we thought it was time for him to get shelled. It's time for a masterclass tomorrow. Do you guys not think so?
You know
Yes,
what? And that he does like that. Tomorrow is a game he will carve. Like, for example, that Canada Day Rays game, he had no business carving there. What do you have, like 13 punchies? Like, what the fuck, dude? It's just wild. Kikuchi, I don't even know what to say with this guy because you're right. Like tomorrow, you're right. Tomorrow he could go out and just punch out 12 and go 7 innings of 2-hit ball.
And we
That,
wouldn't
like,
bat an eye. We'd be like, oh, he's back, and then
I then give up 50 against the Yankees because
Yeah.
he's slotted to go against the Yankees after this. That's his, like, that would be his next start. Game 3 against the Yankees.
Okay, let's look last 30 days. I got some stats for some players on the Blue Jays. Let's go. Holy fuck. Matt Chapman's been incredible. We had a runs created plus of 222 for Matt Chapman last 30 days.
Oh my God. What is it for Bo?
Bo Bichette is at 91. Like we can go
Who's second?
Vladdy 184, Teoscar's 159, Raimel Tapio 127, and then Kevin Biggio 104. Kirk is at 87, Espinal
Yikes.
60, and then Danny Jansen at 33.
Yikes. Kirk is at 87?
Yeah, we can just go by average here. Like Kirk's hitting 247 last 30 days, Bo 256. Yeah, Jano like 146.
Yikes. What's Chapman at? He has to be way up there with
333.
average. Jesus Christ.
But he has an ISO, which shows you like true slugging, like how much power he's hitting for. A good number is like 300. He has an ISO of 400 last 30 days.
You're right. And looking back on the bold prediction, like if someone would have told me that in the August stretch, like when the playoff push is supposed to be happening, Matt Chapman, who was traded here for his glove, would be the best hitter in this lineup, you would spit on my fucking face. The TikTok comments would be just an infinite amount of roasting of us. Like, shut the fuck up. These guys know nothing. Did you ever play baseball? Just all that shit. Isn't that wild? Matt Chapman is the best hitter on this team, the most trusting hitter on this team.
And he by far has the highest strikeout rate, which is also by 10%.
10%.
So 35% he's striking out right now the last 30 days. And he's doing that. So if he doesn't strike out, he is hitting the ball 1,000 miles an hour for a double
I
or a
can't
home run.
believe how much, like, he's always had a pretty high strikeout rate. Kind of shocks me because at the plate, like, his swing is like pretty sound. Like, it's not a crazy swing.
It is. It's like a very compact swing, which is wild to me.
Let's go. I'll go through his strikeout rates. So 2017, 28, 2018, 23. He got down to 21, 35 in 2020. I guess it's shortened season. 32 last year and 27 this year. So it was actually not been bad.
Do you think he should be moved up in the lineup into a top 3?
I mean, they're pitching. Yeah. I'd throw him in there, like move him up a little bit, but I don't know who you really want to move down. Like I'm fine with just moving Bo down to the bottom.
We've reached the point of the season where Mitch White is the second best pitcher on this team. Like the second. Okay, sorry, Gossman. I guess is like a shot at Gossman, but Mitch White is the guy that has been pitching the best. Manoah got shelled against the Orioles, right?
Yeah.
Like people. What do you guys think of people saying like fatigue is settling in for Manoah? You think that's bullshit?
Nah, it's bullshit. You know how many innings this guy pitched at West Virginia? This guy was probably throwing like.
As a Friday night guy, and he was into like deep starts every time he was at West Virginia too. That last year.
I don't agree with that, but dude, seriously, if I told you Mitch White was the pitcher of the week this week for this podcast, Mitch White, what the fuck? This pitching is embarrassing, dude. And is this the most roller coaster Toronto Blue Jays team of all time? Like I mentioned, most inconsistent team of all time. Most roller coaster where it's like, whoa, they're back. Like that Red Sox series, I was like, uh-oh, here comes a run. Like here comes like a 15-4 run where like we're gonna gain games on the Yankees. No, we'll split the series with the Twins when we kind of shouldn't have. they got bailed out, lose a series to the Orioles, lose a series to the Guardians, and Kikuchi going tomorrow, gonna lose a series again to the fucking Orioles. That's what's gonna happen.
Do we think this is a product of being a bad team or a young team? Because if you're an experienced team, I don't think you go from such high highs to such low lows all in the same season.
Okay, and everyone's using the young team, young excuse bullshit. These dudes have been in the league for 3.5, 4 years. Okay, Vladdy made his debut in 2018, if I have that correct, or 2019, right?
I think so.
Yeah, so he's been in the league for a decent amount. Bo has been in the league for a decent amount. Like, Teoscar's been in the league for a very long time. Gurriel's been in the league for a long period of time. Springer is a grizzled vet. So the young excuse is like, how many more years are we gonna have to be using this young bullshit? Because they've been in the major leagues for a long period of time. They know how long a fucking season is. They know the bullshit you have to go through to be successful. They know that shit. Like, stop using the fucking. I just hate when people are always like, well, they are young still. It's like, no, dude, they've been in the league for a decent amount of time. Most of these guys got dropped out of Bo got dropped out of high school. Vladdy was in the league when he was 19 or 20, whatever the fuck he was. Like, they're not young, dude. Like, stop using that excuse, people. Fuck. Makes no sense. Gossman, who is a starter, is a grizzled vet. Barrios is a grizzled vet. Stripling is a grizzled vet. Like, that's a lot of the core part of the team, right?
Yep. I was also going through Twitter. I'm trying to find this stat. Someone talked about how different this team is with George Springer, like the record when he's played and when he hasn't played. And this team is so much better when he's played. I'll find the record.
I know what side you're talking about, and I read it. It was so George Springer has played 177 games with the Jays. At that pace, he was at 35 home runs, 298 average, 90 something RBIs, and weighted runs created plus way above average. So, and the Jays record is substantially better than the lineup. But at what point we just can't read these stats? Like, what the fuck is this dude doing? Like, we pay this guy and he doesn't play ever. He just and when he does play, he's DHing, which means you have to take a bat out of the lineup. So I don't understand what the fuck is going on with George Springer.
Yeah, that we need to figure out that elbow thing for sure. Because it's not Jackie Bradley's not going to fix the team. Neither is Bradley Zimmer. I would love to see. I'm going to get on MLB The Show today and do the Bradley Zimmer, Yusei Kikuchi 100 at bats thing. I think
you should do that. That'd be great content. We'll live stream it. Put it on the.
I'm going to do an at bat. Yeah, I'm going to put them against each other, and we're going to see who do you think is going to win, and I'll throw that on the story tonight.
That would be incredible. It would be incredible. It really would. Like, I can't stop watching it. I wouldn't be able to stop watching it. It'd probably be more impressive to watch than the actual Blue Jays team.
Yeah.
Like, man, I don't know.
Who's the guy? Is it Josh Black who has all the good tweets? Not
Josh. Chris Black. Yeah. And by the way, I don't know if you guys saw this. You were playing. I do feel bad for Gossman. Fly ball to right field. Cavan Biggio gingerly jogging to it, bounces right past him, RBI double to score. You got to see this.
No way.
You have to watch this. Like, Biggio, that's why I tweeted, send Biggio to Mars. Like, search that RBI double by, I think, Rosario to make it, like, to give them a 3 or 4 run lead. I think it was a 3-run lead when the Jays had 1 run. Biggio is like, first of all, why the fuck does Cavan Biggio play the outfield when the Jays have the Jays have 9 outfielders and we're playing Cavan Biggio and fucking right? Like, why was Whit Merrifield playing second and Cavan Biggio playing outfield?
That is odd.
Why weren't they flip-flopped?
Whit Merrifield played sick at second base the other day.
I know,
on Friday.
I know, but like, dude, Cavan Biggio cannot play in the outfield. The guy has fucking cinder blocks attached to his legs. He can't play the fucking outfield. I couldn't believe you. Are you watching this, JR? Is someone watching this play?
I saw someone tweet about it. I was reading it.
It was like a fucking Sunday League goats fucking pop up. Like, I don't want to sprain something. I'm gonna fucking leisurely jog to this. I
Yeah.
couldn't believe it.
Is it
I'm
like the
trying to
first
get the
inning,
video.
too?
It was like in the early innings. I'm gonna say like the third inning. It was like early as fuck.
Oh, he made a nice catch though. I'm looking at that
yeah,
one.
he did make a decent catch, but this one was like a game-changing play where it like costed the Jays like a decent amount of runs.
Oh,
It was wild. Like I was, my blood was boiling because I already don't like having Biggio. So it was like, I couldn't believe it. I think this is it right here.
It's
Yep,
the
right
Hedges,
here.
The Hedges one.
Hedgie, yes. He
Oh,
is jogging to it. Do you see that?
I think he gives a pretty okay effort here.
No.
Wait,
You're telling me
what
Edges? You're telling me what Merrifield? I just DM'd it to you, Jr.
Okay.
You're telling me
Fourth
what
inning.
Merrifield doesn't catch that though?
Whit Merrifield catches that standing up, like camped under.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I know Whit Merrifield's a good second baseman, but outfield is clearly crucial with fucking father time George Springer just not playing. He has to play today. Sorry, I guess technically today, because when you're listening to this, he has to play today, right?
Is he off
like,
the IL?
Tomorrow's the day he like comes off, but he has to be in the lineup.
Is Zach Collins still on the roster?
I think he's on the 40 man. I was about to mention that as well with the rant. The Jays have 5 catchers on the 40 man.
I don't get how some of these, how can we keep all these guys? Also, I don't understand. Like, Colin's still on the team.
We haven't seen him in a long time. He punched out.
Why is Zimmer still on the team? Why?
Having Zimmer and Jackie Bradley is just a Spider-Man meme. Like they're the same player.
I guess they're waiting till Springer is ready to play the field.
Do you think Bradley Zimmer's like savoring his time here though? Like, he's like, all right, like once Springer, he's like, all right, Springer, you're a little bit hurt here, man. It's not safe for you to come back.
Yeah,
like,
take your time,
Springer. Springer,
he's like,
take your
thanking
time.
Jackie Bradley Jr. He's like, hey, we're gonna be good together, us two.
He's like looking at Zimmer. He's looking at Springer. He's like, listen, man, yeah, don't make them push you past your limits. All right, like if you're not good.
I've seen people with that injury. They're out for.
Bradley Zimmer said that
John?
Yeah, Bradley Zimmer said that to Jackie Bradley about playing on the Savannah Bananas next year, not the fucking Toronto Blue Jays.
Hey, Jackie, me, you, 1-2 tandem. I play the 9th, you play the 8th. Who says no? Let's both go and get pitch hit for. Like, I could see that a scenario happening. The 8th inning, Jackie Bradley gets pitch hit for. Zimmer comes out for the 9th.
These guys suck, man.
Dude, I also looked at September just to like see like where the Jays are at in September. They play 8 games in how many days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They play 8 games in 7 days against the Rays and Orioles.
That's horrible.
You think the Jays are gonna have starting pitching by then to be able to 8 games and fucking?
Oh, we'll have expanded rosters though.
Or okay, Casey Lawrence then? Who's gonna be playing? Call up Ricky.
Honestly,
start the clock. Actually, you won't even start the clock though, right? Because it'd be a September call up. I'm pretty sure.
I think it starts the clock. That's why
call up Ricky.
That's why Adley Rutschman wasn't there last year. Biggest news of Blue Jays on the weekend though is the Dunedin Blue Jays threw a combined no-hitter today. So shout out to the best team in the Jays system, the Dunedin Blue Jays,
including the actual Toronto Blue Jays.
Yes. And I've realized I'm just reading this. Fucking Evan's buddy was part of this no-hitter. Sam Ryan, VCU legend. So
VCU
shout out.
Legend. Congrats, Sam. Congrats on the no-hitter. Like, I'm genuinely taking that pitching rotation over the Blue Jays right now.
Yeah. Fucking right.
Anyways, we got to go into this because obviously I was in the mud Friday. I was mad. I was in my feelings. I was mad. So my original count, like Johnny Junta 47, got blocked by Mike Wilner. Okay. And then I go to the gate 14 because one of our followers tweeted at him and said, damn, you're going to block the gate 14 boys? Like, what the fuck? And he said, I don't see they're blocked. And then I said, care to comment on you having no backbone and blocking Johnny Junta? And he said, maybe I would answer your question if it wasn't an insult. And then I said, spineless guy doing spineless things.
Did he block
said,
us?
okay. Yeah, no, and then he said, okay, now I can see why I blocked you guys. And I said, oh no, the biggest bozo on Blue Jays Twitter blocked us. How are we going to be able to recover? And then he blocked us. So that was it was an all-time encounter. It really was, and it made my Friday substantially better because now I don't have to see just this dude liked Mike Wilner's tweet about him being like, dude, the Jays are 16-6 when Barrios starts, so he's not the problem. What the fuck are you? What are you? 100 years old? That's the stat you use? And then he said, Barrios had a lot of good starts, but when he's been bad, he's been bad. When he's been good, he's been good. Can we just get something in the fucking middle, for Christ's sakes, Mike? That's the whole point. He's like, oh, okay. He's had 19 starts this year. In 6 of them, his ERA is 12. You don't see the problem with having 6 starts have an ERA of fucking 12, Mike? You don't see the problem in that?
Mike Samuel Wilner, born March 14th, 1970, 52 years old.
If you're a listener to the show, please edit Mike Wilner's Wikipedia to say, no backbone, block the gate 14 boys.
Oh, this is a no-brainer. This is bad. I shouldn't say this. He's divorced though.
Oh, we're fucking fighting divorce guys. But yeah, sorry on the divorce, Mike Wilner. So let me get this right. Your wife left you. Rogers Media left you. And now you're just slugging away, sucking Ross Stripling's dick on fucking Deep to Left, or whatever the fuck your podcast is called. That, by the way, we are ahead of on the charts. So suck on that, Mike, you fucking pussy. But yeah, no, that's so now I hope to God, like, if you're a listener to this show and you
own Mike Wilner, that's what the title of this is going to be.
Actually, you know what we might start doing? We might, like, do you know how the Green Bay Packers do like public stakes? Like you get a certificate.
Yeah.
We're going to make a certificate that you could print that will say like, you own Mike Wilner. Like it would just be owner of Mike Wilner, brought to you by the Gate 14 podcast. And that's something you put in your college dorm, use on a resume, whatever you want. We're going to make it a certificate because, by the way, I can actually I can service a wedding. I have a certificate of that as well. Way off topic, but yeah, Mike Wilner. JR owns Mike Wilner. Like me, JR, Avery, we all, the listeners, the Master Gators, we all own Mike Wilner. Like we are his fault. Like I don't know if it's, you know what? Yeah, we own Mike Wilner. We're his dad.
He sucks. He's a bad person.
He's just the worst.
When we were listening to Blue Jays talk, I used to call into Blue Jays talk when I was a young lad, like 6th grade, maybe.
And he would body bag you no matter what your age.
Yeah, he was maybe the most mean-spirited person of all time. He wouldn't care. He wouldn't care what you had to say. He would rip into you, and he would call you dumb on the air. And luckily, I never got any of those. It would have ruined me as a young kid like that. Really slowed my development.
He's a piece of shit. What are we trying to beat around the bush?
He's a bad guy. He's a really bad guy.
Yeah. JR, do you have any funny stories about interaction? Maybe make one up.
About, I didn't grow up listening too much of Wilner, but I do remember one where he just takes calls and then he just fucking rips on them and then he just hangs up on them. He doesn't even let them rebuttal.
He doesn't even let them get their piece in.
He's just like, that was you're fucking like pretty much an idiot, and then just takes him off.
No rebuttal for anyone ever. It was just Mike
and that's
Wilner's.
What I'm saying with the Twitter. So he brought out that stat like 16-6, right? He brought out that stat. And then someone would be like, okay, but he's last in qualified starters for ERA. His ERA is this, and then would show his baseball savant page, and he would respond and say, oh, so clearly you could read. What does 16-6 mean? Like, dude, what are you talking? So should we bring out like the Jays record when Bradley Zimmer gets pinch hit and pinch ran for and say, oh, how is Bradley Zimmer bad? The Jays are this when he's in the line. It's just the dumbest argument you can make. He has an open invitation to the show. And by the way, I don't think
you say he has an open invitation.
He does. Has Mike Wilner ever came out against sexual assault? or
Nope.
domestic abuse?
No, that's us.
No, I've never. He does have his pronouns in his bio though. I don't.
That's
Has
pretty
Mike
good.
Wilner? Has Mike Wilner come? Has he said something against it? The jury's out on that. I'm not sure, but yeah, I honestly might make like just a one-off. Like next Jays game we go to Avery, I'm just gonna like go to We Print What You Want, just get like "fuck Mike Wilner" on a shirt
I
and
think
just wear it.
you know how they had the Hillary like wanted for prison. I think we should do that for Mike Wilner.
Like the Aaron Rodgers and Big Cat. Like, is Mike Wilner prison or jail? Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. Let's lock him up like worst spot in Canada. Kingston
San
Penn.
Quentin of Canada, Kingston
Yeah.
jail. We're out of it. Just he's the worst. He really is it just fuck you. Such
That
a
was
loser.
it. People, I did have one of our buddies on the goats bring up that you got blocked by Mike Wilner. He laughed when he said that.
It's an honor because I don't think it's like it's a decent list. It has to be a decent list. Like I don't know. It's definitely a decent list, but I will say this, going back into Jay's talk here, or sorry, that's a little not Jay's talk, fuck Mike Wilner.
Jay's talk after the game with Mike
Jay's
Wilner
talk
on the
after
fan
game when Mike
590.
Wilner, and he's not going to let you have your piece and hang up on you mid-sentence because he thinks you're an idiot, even though he's the fucking idiot. I wonder why I got fired. The Jays play the ball like this time next week. By the next time we might talk, the Jays might be out of a playoff spot. And that's not even like a hot take. Like that's legitimately might happen. Is that sad to say? Is that sad to hear as Jays guys, like especially with how hot this team was at one point, that they're going to be out of a playoff spot by this next time we talk? Maybe.
I can't see that happening. What's going to have to go on for that to happen if they're facing are the O's in a playoff spot right now?
I don't think so. No.
The Orioles are 1.5 games back. So if they, they can. If they go 2-1, they only gain a game on the Jays. But
White Sox are kind of sneaky.
Yeah, the White Sox are fucking might be back, dude.
I mean, the Twins are only a game back of them.
Okay, but look who the fucking Mariners face during this Jays stretch. Angels, Athletics, Nationals.
Oh God.
Oh God. Yeah, Jays are toast.
That's an old head scratcher.
That's a Frank the Tank. The fucking Atlanta Braves are. Yeah, it's not great. And let's see who the Rays play because I'm assuming that's a little cupcake schedule as well. Oh, Rays got the Yankees. Wow, Rays got the Yankees. Rays got the Yankees, the Angels, and the fucking. Oh my God. Yankees got they got the Yankees, Royals, Angels. Yeah, and the Jays are fucked. I'm pretty sure. Avery, can you maybe find this? I saw this on Twitter. The Jays against 500 above 500 teams are horrific. Horrific.
I don't even know how I'd find that. I'd have to put in every 500 team on Fangraphs here, so I'm not going to.
Jays record against teams over. Not good. All right, it's not fucking good. Because that was one of the.
I checked the numbers. It's not good.
Yeah, actually, I got it right here.
Nice.
Nope, don't got it right here. Nope, don't got it right here. Just know it's bad. All right. Oh, I got it right here. Actually, it's a tweet that I was looking for. Fucking rights. Jays record against team. I want to fucking lose it. Jays record against teams above 500. 29-38. 29-38. And we're supposed to be fucking positive about this shit. Do you know who the teams are you play in the playoffs? Teams above fucking 500. Do you know who the teams the Jays play in the rest of the season and majority of the games? Teams above 500. The Orioles this week. The Yankees. The Red Sox will probably be by the next time the Jays play them. Not great. Terrible, actually. Shout out Ben Ennis, by the way, for providing that chunk for the boys.
He's a good guy.
Great guy. Great fucking guy. I fucking love Ben Ennis.
But yeah, you're totally right about teams for the playoffs. It does show you how good your team is if that's how you compete against the best other teams. We're just not one of them.
It's just crazy to say that I just end my misery. Like, just don't even make the play. I don't want to see it. I don't want Jays to go in a wild card game and just get swept and then just have the trolls just nonstop at us. I don't want it.
No, this season's a failure, man. If we don't fucking get there,
It's a high possibility. The remaining schedule.
yeah. It's starting to creep in my head. It wasn't in my head before this weekend.
It'd be
It's-
bad. I think it'd be bad, especially after coming so close last year. Teams
And
way
by the
better now.
way, someone tried to like gotcha us about our Bo Bichette and was like, "Oh, this aged well." What has Bo Bichette done since that Orioles game? What the fuck has he done with the gotcha? This aged well, Gate 14 guys. What did he go for today? I gotta pull these stats up. Like, the people are talking like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, the Jays fans are so goddamn dumb. Like, they're just so stupid. Since that Baltimore game, 0 for 3 on Friday, 0 for 3 on Saturday, with 2 punch outs. Like, and they're talking like, oh, this aged well. What the fuck are you talking about? This aged well. I mean, this aged perfectly fine, actually. If we're gonna talk about that. Just wild, like the Bo Bichette fans. And someone, oh, dude, this is what I'm talking about. I'm no disrespect to this guy. Actually, he doesn't follow us, so fuck you. He commented, "Why isn't Santiago Espinal playing more? He's a friggin' all-star." No. Santiago Espinal is not an all-star. No. I know you can't take that away from him, but I think there was like 70 all-stars this year.
Well, I do go back to this point a lot. You say Kikuchi was an all-star last year.
Very true. Very true. Like, if you're management, are you going up to Springer like tonight? Are you like, step in my office? Are you like, I don't give a fuck if you got to take ringworm medicine. You better get the fuck in this lineup tomorrow and the rest of the season. No more of this lollygag shit, or those checks aren't fucking cashing, son. All right, you tell Boris that too. You tell fucking Scott Boris he's not a Boris guy, but you tell your agent these checks aren't fucking cashing. All right, if this shit happens, like,
Do you want to talk about the Tatis thing?
yeah, we gotta talk about that. One of the worst lies of all time, right?
Really bad. I almost think he took it because his wrist is so fucked that he tried to speed up the healing.
But his wrist is so fucked because he was being an idiot on a motorcycle.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, it's his wrongdoing the entire time.
And the imagine Vladdy did that shit. How, like,
knowing Toronto sport, like, San Diego fans aren't as like harsh, I guess, as Toronto sports fans and Canada sports fans. Vladdy would, oh my god, there would be jersey burnings.
They'd run him out of town. It is hilarious how like immature Tatis is, but he's a fucking young kid too.
He's young, but dude, you just signed a big ticket and you're already nasty as it is. That's what I don't understand about dudes that do steroids, like that are already good, like dudes that are.
But
like
I'm saying
Robinson
it wasn't.
Cano.
Yeah, his steroids isn't to like make him better. I think it was to speed up healing.
So Dr. Chenye here.
But this is how to like what does he need it for? He's not one of the guys. Like, he's not going to be a juice monkey at any time here, right? He's
no,
not...
but and listen, and I have a sort of respect. And listen, I'm not condoning steroids. Actually, no. With this statement, I actually am condoning steroids. If you are JR, if you are a Dominican kid, right, and you already have a shit ton of baseball talent, a ton of it, but you just need that one extra thing, one little extra thing to fucking make your family never worry about money, be out of poverty, you're taking it, right? I'm taking it.
Yeah, but like,
but you're not when you're Tatis. You already just signed for
yeah,
whatever.
that's what
his dad was a major league baseball player.
If
that's
he's
what I'm
taking
saying.
it now, you have to think he's been taking it for a while. Because why would he do it now? Like, his contract, he doesn't get paid now. Like,
oh, true.
Why
the
the
80
fuck?
days, no pay.
Like, and like, he must have been taking roids for a while.
50 games this year, 30 next year.
Yeah,
I love it because he was like rehabbing
I don't really
and shit too.
get his and the whole like the only thing I could tell is to heal up the process, but It's weird. Like, dude, you got to grow up, man. Like, that's a fucking dumbass mistake.
And
So dumb.
the excuse was they tried to use a different drug to cover
They
it up.
always use
to-
the same goddamn excuse. The
No,
old. I
No,
don't
this is a
know.
different one. He was
This is-
trying to
Oh.
cover it up.
Yeah, by saying it was
What'd
a
he
different
say?
drug that you could get over the counter. And it's just a whole different drug that he was taking.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
like what
God.
he said, and first of all, like you'd think this guy, who's by the way with MVP Sports Group, who's I think the same agency as Musgrove, I think. I'm not sure on that one. I could
I
be
thought
wrong.
Musgrove was a Boris guy.
No. But you think the agency would be like, all right, say you were trying to fix this, and you took this. Maybe do some research. The drug that he said he was trying to take to fix ringworm, just a shit ton of doctors body bag this dude on social media. They're like, this isn't even like the same thing. Like this, you don't take this for ringworm. Like you'd think his agency would be like, oh fuck, we got to come up with something here. Like maybe you had a bad protein shake. Like this, he just flat out lied. Like just the worst lie of all time too. And by the way, ringworm, that's the.
I don't even know what that is.
It's just like, yeah, it's like fuck. It's
Well,
just,
they were
it's,
like chirping him too, and
Clevenger was and shit like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
Machado
Clevenger's
was.
also like a piece
That
of shit.
team
Like,
that team's a disaster. In some
and
ways. Now
and
what?
yeah,
Soto doesn't have a contract, right? Like,
he's got a couple of years, I think.
2
Does he?
years.
okay.
He's not coming back though. if like, all right, well,
This
I'm playing
this
with
could be a
steroid
devastating
user.
trade. That Soto
I
trade.
really
like, if he
don't think those
walks-
guys are going to be turn out to do that much.
James Wood.
Yeah, but he won't be Soto.
I
He'll
guess.
be
Yeah.
he'll be awesome. I think he'd be more Josh Bell type, but he'll be fucking
Yeah.
fun as shit to watch.
Well,
It's
now
still,
that
yeah.
now the Padres, I think the issue is they were like, okay, 2 years of going for the World Series, like 100%. Now it's like,
But now they have no prospects to trade. They just
yeah,
fucking-
yeah. Now they have no prospects to trade, and they just lost.
Someone made a good point as well because I said, "Oh, like, don't worry, man. The Jays are still young. Like, they got a good farm." Oh, wait, no, they have the 21st ranked farm in baseball. Someone responded to me and was like, "Yeah, and that's without trading any prospects the deadline besides Groshans, who was already on the decline." Like the Jays have the 21st farm system in baseball. And they didn't make any spot. Like the teams on that list are like obviously Padres now, other teams like that went for like I don't know if the Yankees did, but there's a lot of teams there that are like, oh, these guys went for it. Like Twins, the Jays are there and they just did fuck all. So the people with the narrative like, don't worry, man, we got some guys in the farm. The only dude in the farm that I genuinely trust right now is Ricky Tiedemann. That's the only dude where I'm like, all right, this guy can make a significant difference on the Toronto Blue Jays. Like come next year for that massive, like for the World Series run, I guess. But is next year, and I got to ask this, is next year a World Series or bust year if the Jays don't make the playoffs this year? Like, can you genuinely fucking say that with no playoff experience? This year is so fucking crucial. It's so important with the playoff or bust that next year, when a lot of the guys like Teo's last year is next year, if they don't make the fucking playoffs this year, Teo has no playoff experience besides that Rays make-believe wild card series. What the fuck, dude? Next year can't be World Series or bust if they don't make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's a good point because they need the experience of losing or winning in the playoffs this year. Like I think finding a way or knowing how to lose, like losing in big spots, will progress the team in a way as well to like motivate for the next season too. So just getting them in is huge this season.
You saw with the Braves. Braves lost to the Dodgers in the ALC or the NLCS and then absolutely skull fucked like the next year. Like, I don't know, man. It's like if they don't make the playoffs this year, it's not only a failure this year, it's a failure next year. Because how do you expect a team to win the World Series with a bunch of young guys that have never played in the playoffs?
stuff.
So fuck Ross Atkins. That's what I'm trying to say. Really. It's fucking wild. I can't believe it, but I guess, I mean, honestly, we might have a change of course if the Jays go 5-2 this week. Then I'm like, wow, like okay, against the Yankees, Orioles, like fuck, all right, like I guess this team's back.
you did say this. They do find a way to kind of pull you back in every time. Just when you
Like
think you're
that's-
out, they'll pull you
Like
back
that
in.
Saturday game. That Saturday game I was like, whoa, like they look pretty good here. Like Mitch White was
Oh my-
fucking carving. Like another thing, I've seen enough of Trent Thornton. I've seen enough of this dude. You can't look me in the fucking eyes and tell me there isn't a better reliever in the minors than Trent fucking Thornton. Like, get out of here, bro. Fuck. I think did he throw today? Yeah.
no.
Oh, 1 inning, 2 earned runs, 3 hits. Fuck me. Anthony Bass has a 1.43. Right.
Zach Pop, I thought looked pretty good these past 2 days too.
3, 4, 5. Trent Thornton has given up 7 runs in his last 3, 4, 6, 7 runs in his last 8 innings. Trent Thornton has given up 7 runs in his last 8 innings of work. And that's a guy in the Jays pen. Like, JR, who's your playoff rotation? You've seen Barrios. I mean, Barrios has the worst ERA in qualified starters. Like, are you more comfortable with Ross Stripling or Mitch White as the number 3?
I mean, at this point, White.
He's been unreal for the
He's been
Jays.
really good. And you know what? His stuff looks good, man. His fastball moves a lot.
Stripling was good in AAA too on his rehab start.
Yeah.
He'll be
But that's a guy that we
fuck.
need out of the bullpen, man, for a playoff.
I mean,
game,
you
right?
pay Barrios good money. Like, you
Some
got
of
to
the
ride or
best
die
money.
with him. Yeah, you got to ride or die with him, man. Like, he's got to. I mean, we've seen what he could do. Like, he can be really good. Like we said, playoffs is probably good in the sense like he can pull the trigger, right? Like, he gets in one bad spot, you're gone.
Do you think Kikuchi makes a 3-game playoff roster at this point, Jer?
Fuck, 3. I think he would be like a potential like long reliever. Like if a starter went bad, he'd come in for 3 innings, but only one time through the lineup.
So you're saying because Avery's argument was Kikuchi wouldn't even crack the playoff roster. Like he'd be on the.
No, I think he would have to. He would have to be on the roster.
Why?
You would need a guy that could go more than 2 innings in case.
Well, yeah, you have Ross Stripling for a 3-game.
Yeah, that's true. Like you have no really use for Kikuchi in a playoff series.
Yeah.
You can't trust him.
Well, you have a lefty though. You got to remember, we don't have many lefties.
We don't actually have one in the bullpen right now. Jays don't have one lefty.
Oh my fucking god! That's so bad.
I'm gonna pull up the 40 man because I wanted to talk about this. Like,
guys who we could use.
No. I just want to bring up the Blue Jays 40 man, and I just want to read out by position here. The Toronto Blue Jays on the 40 man roster have 4 catchers and 8 outfielders. 8 on the 40 man roster. Why is Bradley Zimmer still here? Why? Like, Jackie Bradley Jr., like we talked about earlier, is the exact same human being as Bradley Zimmer. Maybe has a little bit more fucking pop because he's actually done it in his career. And you have Bradley Zimmer still here. Otto Lopez was up here for a little bit, like just rotting on the bench. The Jays don't have any infield help on this roster right now. Like, their only guy on the 40 man that they could call up for help is Leo Jimenez. Who the fuck is Leo Jimenez? Do you know who that is?
No.
Oh, he's a 2001 born, so he won't fucking play.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, what the Jays have right now in the infield, that's it. They like Bobichette, Biggio, Chapman, Espinal, Guerrero, Merrifield. Those are the only guys they could use. No one else in the 40 man. 8 outfielders, 4 catchers on the 40 man. 4 catchers.
Can you read off some of the pitchers?
Oh my
Like
god.
some that we wouldn't expect.
Anthony fucking K is on the 40 man roster?
What?
Where is he playing?
Hagen Danner? Who the fuck is that?
I think he played at Ole Miss.
I got to see how Anthony K's doing, right?
I think Hagen Danner's good.
We'll call it. Well, clearly not.
He's injured.
Oh, he's injured. Okay, thoughts and prayers. That's on me. Where is Anthony K, the fucking MLB The Show streamer? What's he doing right now in the minors? Let's pull this up. Anthony K. Where is that at? AAA. Oh, 6.14 ERA. 9.31 ERA in AAA. Anthony K. Fuck yeah. That's a guy on the 40 man. Wow. This 40 man's terrible.
Hagen Danner's thrown 3 innings this year. I don't think he's very good, actually.
Foster Griffin. No idea who that is. Casey Lawrence, of course. Always got to make room for Casey Lawrence. Like, what the fuck are we doing here, bro? This is the 40 man?
Hagen Danner won a 2011 Little League World Series championship.
Wow. Just call him up. He's a 98 though, too. Holy shit, he's young.
Whoa, Hagen Danner Hagen Danner got signed as a catcher. Now he's a pitcher.
Oh, he was in Double-A with a 4.9 ERA.
He's a second round catcher. That is a pitcher.
All right, shout out Hagen Danner. Just crazy, but yeah. Mega Meat Mitch. Mega Meat Mitch White is that dude. Like, Saturday, I know he walks a lot of guys, but dude, he gets out of shit. Like, he doesn't like feel bad for himself when he walks dudes. Like that Saturday start was pretty good, man. And he went toe to toe with Tristan McKenzie, who's been immaculate this year, like insane. So maybe Ross Atkins was playing fucking chess when the rest of the GMs are playing checkers, when they're getting Frankie Montas and shit like that.
Nick Frasso dominated in his first game with the Dodgers, by the way. Like in the minors. I think he went 4 innings, struck out 9.
Oh, all right. Let's give him up. Just wild, but I guess we can go into actually let me read a couple more TikTok things. People
we got 10 more minutes of this thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say it now. The Blue Jays are getting swept this weekend, so that's my
this week.
This week, the whole week into the weekend.
Yeah. So by the way, Matt MVP Chapman on TikTok asks, is Matt Chapman the best hitter on the Jays right now? We already answered that. Yes, he is. And by the way, we got to stop with the people that are hitting coaches in the comments or on Twitter, like, change your approaches, stop swinging at, like, shut the fuck up. Shut up. All right. With the fucking change your approach shit. It's just, I hate that. It's the most annoying thing of all time. And yeah, Mega Meat Mitch is that guy. Let me see. Kikuchi thoughts. He's fucking cat shit. Concerned about hitting? Yeah, I'm very concerned about hitting. Are you concerned about hitting, Avery?
Yeah.
You said the weighted runs plus was like 5th, right? But
yeah, but it can turn off, which is the issue. And we saw it this week.
Okay, weekend. So someone asked, what has to happen for this team to win a World Series? Barrios figures out how to throw a baseball. George Springer gets a new elbow.
Justin Verlander has to die. The Astros has to die.
Justin Verlander has to be not vaccinated, and somehow the Jays are hosting ALCS, so he can't
every
pitch.
Game.
And yeah, that's just about it. But if I could compare the Jays to a player, the Jays are Jose Barrios. Times they've shown that they're really good, but when they're bad, they're fucking horrendous, like terrible. That's what the Toronto Blue Jays are. They're Jose Barrios. But Jared, let's get your prediction. And I saw the pitching matchups. My asshole clenched when I looked at it. Like the pitching matchups. You want to read them out? They're not great.
How did
Kyle
DL Hall
Bradish,
pitch? Do we know?
What?
How did DL Hall pitch for them the other day?
3 innings, 3 earned runs, something like that. Kyle Bradish versus Kikuchi, Dean Kramer versus Manoah, Ross Stripling versus Voth. So actually, that's nightmare for the Orioles. Sorry, I pronounced that wrong. If the Jays sneak one tomorrow, they have a really good chance of sweeping this series. Besides Dean Kramer pitching, like that, they have a really good chance of winning this series. Austin Voth or whatever the fuck his name is terrible. Like, Am I wrong on that? Like
No.
they could take 2 out of 3 if the Jays steal that Kikuchi star tomorrow or today, I guess. They could take 2 out of 3.
Mhm.
We're better than the Orioles.
Yeah, we should. I'm
We said
saying
this
2 out of
before,
3.
right?
Saying 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3. And okay, 2 out of 3. I'm gonna say the Jays win the first because, dude, it's Manoah going tomorrow too Tuesday against Dean Crane. Like, it's Kikuchi, he stinks, but you got Manoah going, and then who do you have going after Manoah? Did I say that correctly? Who's going after Manoah on Wednesday?
Stripling.
Yeah, so like Manoah and Stripling are 2 guys that could get dubs for you.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
easily. So I'm gonna say Jays take 2 or 3. I'm gonna be optimistic. Like the fact that the Jays are still first in the wild card right now after being just absolutely dog shit for like the past 2 weeks. The fact that Jays are in first in the wild card is like, man, imagine if this team is playing good. They are just gonna run away with this wild card because the rest of the league is playing like shit. So positive vibes. Season starts tomorrow, Avery. Is that crazy to say? Season starts tomorrow.
Nope. Season starts tomorrow. That's all we care about.
And JR, I was gonna mention this for the website. So obviously, like a lot of the orders have been put through and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Should we say tomorrow's the last day to order? Because I don't want people waiting for their hoodies and shit for a long period of time.
Yeah, but the hoodies from our guy shouldn't take that long, because you got to remember, right? He's just screen printing a logo.
So when's the last time we should do it then?
Let's do the end of the O series. Like we have up until the end of it.
Okay, so
yeah,
if
maybe
you haven't
like
ordered
maybe
a hoodie,
like this Friday. What about
yeah,
that?
if you haven't ordered a hoodie, you have until Friday
Mhm.
because then we're gonna put the orders in. We don't want the people that had already ordered waiting for a while.
Yeah.
So
no, I agree. Yeah, let's put Friday and let's like I don't know, put something on socials like a simple Canva graphic that just says
yeah,
Friday.
so you have until Friday, and if you don't do it, like you missed out, like until we
Yeah,
do it again.
Sorry.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
that's on
and
you.
we'll probably do something new so that the guys who bought can buy something new, right?
Yeah, exactly. We'll do that.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was a great week content wise. Obviously, Mike Wilner blocking us is huge. I think the name of this episode should be called Life Support.
Ooh, okay.
Like that's the Jays are on life support. Like they're barely they're up a game in the playoff, like a game and a half up. This is the definition of life support now because there's like 6 teams within 2 games, which is fucking absurd. Like I don't want another scenario like last year where the Jays are out of the playoffs by a game. That'll make me fucking ballistic. So, yeah, massive week, boys. Massive fucking week. Buckle up. Orioles, Yankees in Yankee Stadium. If the Jays win that Yankee series, I'm going to warn you, I will become insufferable to Yankee fans on Twitter. So just prior warning you. Maybe Mud will get back. Mud Boy will get back on Twitter. But thank you guys for listening as always. Unsubscribe, subscribe, get the subscriptions up, get the downloads up. We want to continue to stay above Mike Wilner on the charts because that would be the greatest like Kobe meme walking over fucking Lou or Tyson or whatever his name is. So yeah, and by the way, college football will be we're about 2.5 weeks away from college football, folks. So we're great time of the year. Football, European football, which you call soccer, Avery, rookie, and college football and playoff baseball. Doesn't get any better, boys. We're in the fucking Mona Lisa part of the year coming up. And then the NHL starts. So buckle up and let's have ourselves a fucking week. Like this is a big week for the brand. Massive week for the brand.